welcome back to my new series covering our adventures on Tibia. As I said in the last video, originally this started as a duo, then our paladin joined us right before level 50, and then we just needed a sorcerer to complete the full team. So I made a very low effort edit on Paint and tossed it into our Discord group to see if he would take the bait, and it worked. At first our sorcerer was going to make a character, but luckily for us there was a sorcerer for sale in the bazaar, a slightly higher level than us but still within shadow range, and within 5 minutes he placed a bet. With that, we had gotten our group back together and ready to start playing again since our last team hunt like 4 months prior, which, if you don't know why we stopped, is pretty much the main point for the I started again video, so check that out. But back to this one, from day 6 we started as a full team, with our first hunt at the Worm Cave of Liberty Bay, alternating between that and the mountain spawn, surprisingly both of them being pretty much the same experience at around the 330k raw. But keep in mind that we were still hunting with single target spells and not wasting SDs. Our goal wasn't too PG, but rather to chill and enjoy the low level hunts, with some adrenaline spikes here and there. We went from 50 to 55 in about 1 hour and stopped for the day. Then the next day, we move on to the Mother of Scarab's Cave, which ended up being a bad decision, since it is very contested on new servers. Let's just say people tend to not be respectful at this level range, so instead we went to a different spawn, the Kralos Ruins. This ended up being our salvation, since at this point in the server there wasn't much contest for it, and even the few times that some people came to hunt, we ended up just sharing the spawn. Even as a team of 4, we had enough with just the west side of the cave, so we continued to hunt here for about 2 hours, going from 56 to 63 with an average of over 500k raw. After that, the team decided to take the next day off, so I did about 2 hours of solo hunting, trying out spawns to possibly make new videos for, going from level 63 to 65. Then the next day our druid couldn't make it, so we hunted as a 3-man because the bonus XP from the cupcake event had just started, but we didn't go for too long. Instead we did about 40 minutes in the Mother of Scarab's Cave, getting 2 levels. After that, the next day our druid once again was missing and the team didn't want to 3-man, so instead I soloed again, trying out different spots until level 74 for about 2 hours. During that time we realized that the druid wasn't coming back, as he had decided to play Diablo 4 instead, and so it began our miserable times with either no druid or some random from advertising. At first we started to hunt the Worm Cave of Tibia for around 350k raw until level 78. Then the next day, some Mother of Scarabs for around the 430k raw as a 3-man, doing almost 2 hours there and getting up to level 82, but coming back later that day to do even more hunting until level 87, which by the end we had gotten an ED from the advertising channel, and with him we were able to do a hunt in the other realms of Tibia, doing about 630k raw XP there, ending that day with over 3 hours of hunting in total. Next up, for day 13 on the server, we started by 3-manning in the Nightmare Ruins, making around the 500k raw, and adding a druid boosted the experience to around the 630k. Mind you, we were only doing the east side at this time, since that is what was available, but it was good enough that we hunted for about 2 hours, going from 87 to 96. On the next day, we started by repeating the hunt in the Ruins of Kralos for about an hour, this time on the west side of the cave, getting up to almost 700k raw, and then after that we move on to Greenbelt, making around 800k raw there with a random ED once again. After 1 hour of Greenbelt, we stopped for the day, getting to level 103. And finally, for day 15, it was just me and the paladin, so we got ourselves a random sorcerer that agreed to 3-man Greenbelt, and we did that for about 2 hours, doing a bit more XP than our last 4-man hunt here, so we didn't even bother getting an ED for today, ending up going from level 103 to 109, and that's where I will stop for this video. Perhaps a bit short, but technically it was 10 days of content resumed. With that said, thank you for watching, especially to Tuna Hero, Torta Slasher, and Nightstar for their support. Like and subscribe if you want, and maybe even visit our hunts in Twitch, which I don't advertise very well because I'm not really a streamer, but I'm learning as I go. Thank you and see you next time.